Yes. Yeah, good afternoon all. So in the last class, I was discussing about what is big data, why Hadoop and Spark, drawbacks with the current databases, Hadoop and Spark advantage, Hadoop and Spark job market. Yes. So in the last class, I was just briefing you about this, right? What is big data, petabytes of data generation, handling huge data, like databases and specialized databases. They cannot handle unlimited data or huge data. So currently we have got as a solution to all the storage level problems and processing level problems, we have got a framework called Hadoop. Hadoop is meant for two things, for storage and for processing. Hadoop is meant for both storage and processing. For storage, it is using HDFS, Hadoop Distributed File System. And for processing, it is using Spark execution, right? So Hadoop is meant for both storing and processing. It's meant for both storing and processing. And for storing the data, does Hadoop use any database? No, it is using what? Hadoop Distributed File System, HDFS. And for processing, it is using storage. Okay, storage means HDFS, and for processing, it is using Spark. Sorry. And Hadoop is for Hadoop batch applications. Hadoop is for batch applications. Hadoop is not for online applications. Hadoop is not for online applications. It is for batch applications. It is not for online applications. There are two types of applications. There are two types of applications. Online applications, and secondly, batch applications. Online applications, user interactive applications, what we call user interactive applications. User interactive applications. Here, user gives the input. Here, user gives the input. Example, making online payment. Making online payment, right? Booking a movie ticket. All these are online applications. User interactive application. User gives the input. Making a online payment, booking a movie ticket. All this are right. Yes. Batch applications. Batch applications means user non-interactive applications. User non-interactive applications. User non-interactive applications. Here, user is nowhere required. Example, a railway ticketing. PNR status, or waiting status, right? Now it is 200. After 1 hour, it is 150. Tomorrow morning, it is 100. Tomorrow evening, it got confirmed. The user is nothing to do with it. It happens everything in the background. So it is user non-interactive. Here, user doesn't give any input. User is no way required. Yes. So Hadoop is meant for this kind of batch application. Hadoop is meant for this kind of batch applications. Drawbacks with the current databases. Limited storage, no parallel processing. If volume increases, the speed decreases. See that total amount from sales 1, total amount from sales 2, total amount from sales 3. It has got 10 records, 10 lakh records, 10 crore records. Here, P to query as the volume increasing, speed decreases, right? Speed decreases. Here, if an complexity increases, speed decreases. Here, sum of amount, average amount, standard deviation of amount, a query to query as this complexity, as the complexity is increasing, speed decreases. Databases can handle only structured data. They cannot handle unstructured or semi-structured data. Yes. Before I go with the Hadoop advantages, you need to know about this Hadoop architecture. Just I'll give overview as of now. Later I discuss in brief. Right. Hadoop doesn't follow. Hadoop doesn't follow. Hadoop doesn't follow client server architecture. Hadoop doesn't follow client server architecture. Hadoop follows master slave architecture. Hadoop follows master slave architecture. Single master and multiple slaves. Single master and multiple slaves. Single master and multiple slave architecture. Okay. It doesn't follow. Yes. It doesn't. Hadoop doesn't follow client server. It follows master slave. Single master, multiple slaves model. Just observe this. Yes. Single master, multiple slaves. Single master and multiple slaves. This we call it as a master node. This we call slave 1, slave 2, slave 3, slave 4. This we call it as slave nodes. Within this we see data nodes. Why we are saying it as data nodes? Because data stored by the slaves, data processed by the slaves, data processed by the slaves and processed, stored by the slaves and processed by the slaves. F1.txt 2 TB. F1.txt 2 TB. Here T1, here T2, T3, T4. This 2 TB data is divided into T1, T2. Here it is stored. So here divided into smaller parts. Each part is stored across multiple systems. Each one is stored across multiple systems that are processed parallelly. So your huge data object is divided into smaller parts and stored across multiple systems and are processed parallelly. That is the reason we see very high speed distributed storage and very high speed processing. Master nodes assigns task T1 task to S1, T2 task to S2, T3 to S3, T4 to S4. Yes. So what is the master node responsibility and slave node responsibility? Later I will brief you more on this master node responsibilities. Task assignment, load balancing, task assignment, load balancing, fault tolerance, task assignment, load balancing, fault tolerance, and health monitoring. Health monitoring, right? Yes. Assigning tasks to the slaves, balancing the load to all the slaves. Fault tolerance means if multiple tasks are assigned to multiple slaves, suddenly if any one slave goes down, then the task of it will be assigned to any of the other slave. This process is called as fault tolerance. Health monitoring. Health monitoring, right? Before assigning tasks to the slaves, all the health status already available with the master node. And slave node responsibility, two responsibilities. Slave node responsibility. Storing data, secondly, like processing data. Storing the data and processing the data. Stores the data and process the data. Hadoop advantages, right? Hadoop advantages. Unlimited data storage because of horizontally unlimited scalability. Horizontally unlimited scalability. Horizontally unlimited scalability. Horizontally unlimited scalability means horizontally unlimited number of slaves can be added. Horizontally unlimited number of slaves. Yes. So if you're running a very small business with less number of slaves, if you're running a business with very less number of slaves, S1, S2, so on, Sn, your data is means your business has increased, your branches have increased, means your data also increased, means your slaves also has to be increased, systems also has to be increased horizontally. If customers increased by 100 times, if data increased by 1,000 times, you cannot go with the same number of slaves or systems. Horizontally, you should keep on increasing. Horizontal scaling is horizontally unlimited scalability. Very high speed processing because of parallel processing. Multiple systems storing data and processing parallelly, parallel processing can handle all varieties of data, structured, semi-structured, and unstructured. It is an open source. No licensing is required. Most of the products are from Apache. From Apache mirrors, we are going to work. And commodity hardware. It doesn't mean that you need to have highly configured systems. Hadoop can run on any configuration, right? It can run on any configuration, right? Yes. Okay. Can handle all varieties. It's open source commodity hardware, right? Yes. So yes, I was saying, right, there was a test conducted. There was a test conducted, right? Yahoo has taken a table, 100 TB of data consisting of 1024 columns, task sorting based on 16 columns, time taken by different databases. Oracle has taken 3.5 days, MySQL has taken 6 days, Teradata has taken 4.5 hours, Netija has taken 3 hours, Hadoop finally has taken 3.4 minutes. So this is the speed of Hadoop as compared with other things, where these have taken days of time, these have taken hours of time, but Hadoop just it has taken minutes of time. So Hadoop is proven processing point of view. Even not only processing point of view, even it has proven storage point of view. Storage point of view means right. A question, right? Why databases like Oracle won't support unlimited? Why databases like Oracle won't support unlimited storage? Why databases like Oracle won't support unlimited storage? So there is even like databases like Oracle in the real time, they can go with the multiple slaves, multiple systems. See this databases, max limit on the number of slaves. Databases and max limit on the number of slaves. Databases and max limit on the number of slaves. First one, Oracle. Oracle. Maximum it is supporting 256 slave nodes. Slaves means 256 nodes CPU systems. MySQL is supporting maximum 54 nodes. 54 nodes. MySQL Express. MySQL Express, right? It is supporting nearly 256. 256 nodes. Yes. Oracle, MySQL Express, DB2, 256 nodes. SQL Server also supporting 256 nodes. All these are supporting 256 nodes. Oracle 256, MySQL 54, MySQL Express 256, DB2 256, SQL Server 256 nodes. All these are supporting, right? Maximum of 256. Yes. But they're not supporting more than 256, right? Unlimited number of nodes, unlimited number of systems are not supported by any of this. Even if you talk about a specialized database used for data warehouse, like Teradata, can go maximum with 512. Maximum going with 512 nodes or 512 systems for storing its data. And if you talk Netija, another specialized database used for data warehouse, it is also using 512, sorry, 512, using 512. Teradata 512 nodes, Netija 512, Vertica 512 nodes. As now Teradata and Netija, they're supporting the maximum of 1024 nodes or systems for storing its data. 1024 CPUs are systems, right, for storing its data. But for Hadoop, there is no limit. But for Hadoop, there is no limit. Number of slaves. But for Hadoop, there is no limit for the number of slaves it should have. Horizontally unlimited scalability. Yahoo when first time implemented, Yahoo when first time implemented Hadoop went with 4,000 nodes or slaves for storing its data. Yahoo when first time implemented Hadoop went with 4,000 nodes for storing its data. Yahoo currently going with 12,000 nodes for storing its data. Facebook when first time implemented Hadoop. 8,000 nodes for storing its data. Facebook currently going with 54,000 nodes for storing its data. So Hadoop is prevent storage point of view and processing point of view with very high unlimited data storage, very high speed processing. So I was showing you processing point of view. For processing 100 TBs of data consisting of 1024 columns, sorting based on 16 columns. This Oracle and MySQL taken days of time. Teradata and Netezza have taken hours of time. Hadoop taken minutes of time. So storage point of view also, right? Unlimited number of slaves can be used by Hadoop. Unlimited number, horizontally unlimited scalability, horizontally unlimited number of slaves can be added, right? Yes. Even if I talk about this Spark, it has got very high speed as compared of all this, right? Okay. So I'll just give you some why PySpark, need for PySpark. Real life usage of PySpark. PySpark job market. Yes. If you talk about Spark, right? It is an open source distributed cluster computing framework for Apache Software Foundation. It is for data analysis, processing, and computation. So, yes, it's for data analysis. So, PySpark, if I talk, it is an open source distributed cluster computing parallel processing used for large scale data processing, used for large scale data processing. For big data analysis, for processing, okay, and computation. I can say it is a Python API. It's a Python API to use Spark. Python API to use Spark. So PySpark is the lightning fast technology that is designed for fast computation. One of the demanding tool among the data engineers. Demanding tool among the data engineers to work with bigger data sets. It is used for running distributed SQL for creating the data pipelines, ingesting data into database, ingesting data into database, running ML algorithms, working with graph algorithms, streaming, streaming data which keeps on generating, data which keeps on incrementing, such type of data we call as streaming data. And if we talk about need for PySpark, this a large amount of data is getting generated, right? The data contains hidden patterns, unknown corrections, market trends, and customer preferences, and other useful business information. It is necessary to extract valuable information from the raw data. It is necessary to extract valuable information from the raw data. We require more efficient tool. We require more efficient tool to perform different types of operations, right, on this big data. So already they have got various tools, but those are not so appealing. So we require some flexible and scalable tools for gaining benefit from it. So PySpark is such a kind. So combination of Python and Spark, combining Spark, Python and Spark will be the very efficient for the world of big data. That is why Apache Spark community came up with a tool like PySpark, that is Python API for Spark. Real life use cases means where this PySpark is used means in the banking and financial fields, where to retrieve customer social media profile and gaining useful insights, and also in taking the right decisions in credit risk assessments, in customer segmentation, fraud detections it is used, in healthcare, in identifying the patients who are going to face the issue, in entertainment industry even it is used. The popular OTT platform like Netflix using that's PySpark for real-time processing for personalized online movies or web series. 450, it is processing approximately 450 billion events per day that are streamed on server-side application. Trade in e-commerce. The leading e-commerce website like Flipkart, Amazon, they use Apache Spark for its advertising. Okay, and even in tourism industry, in advising millions of travelers by comparing hundreds of tourism websites. Okay. Open source, distributed cluster computing, parallel processing, large-scale data processing, for big data analysis, for computation, running distributed SQL, created data pipeline, ingesting data into database, running ML algorithms, graph algorithms, and for streaming the data. Okay, fine. So as part of this course, I said I'll be discussing about Hadoop. PySpark means what are the important components of Hadoop. PySpark, which has got great demand with very high speed, right? So, and Linux. These three I'll be discussing around 12 weeks. And Python also will be covered for in advanced. But this will be from Monday to Friday. And then you can choose morning 6 a.m. or evening 9 p.m. So at coming Thursday, there is a batch for this at 9 p.m. For this 5 a.m. tomorrow morning, tomorrow Monday at 5 a.m. there is a batch for it. And for this coming Thursday at 9 p.m. So if you see the course content in brief about this big data Hadoop, need for Hadoop, sources of Hadoop, HDFS, Hadoop distributed file system, MapReduce for import and export operations, Yarn, yet another resource negotiator, NoSQL, HBase, Hive, Metastore, Hive architecture, different between this HQL and SQL. And similar to SQL, we have got HQL here, working with unstructured XML, JSON data, URL, weblog data, unions, joins, UDF, UDF, UDTF, right? So there is a lot of Demand for this Hive, right? Even if we check just Hive jobs, lakhs of jobs for this, thousands of jobs for this Hive Apache. Just to know this Hive jobs, you type, just you say Hive jobs. Just check it. It is 14,620 Hive job vacancies. 14,620 Hive job vacancies, right? So in this way, job for only for this Hive, and also like PySpark, need for PySpark, real life use cases, Spark context, Spark session, repartitioning, board class variables, assistance options, PySpark core computing, groupings and aggregations, various actions and transformations, PySpark SQL data frames, data frame API, all these are that row class, column class, select column, drop by, order by, group by, UDF, map, flat map, pivot, SQL functions, PySpark built-in functions, date format, date diff, explode, map keys, map values, rank, dense rank, PySpark external sources, and working with CSV, JSON, narrow and wide transformations, deployment modes, PySpark applications, PyStrace and task drivers and executor, deploying Spark applications to cluster and PySpark streaming concepts, integration with Kafka, PySpark MLlib, Python basics, applications of Python, features of Python, versions, installations, Python operations, operators in Python, IDs in Python, flow control statements, looping statements, strings, collections, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, dictionaries, functions in Python, modules in Python, packages in Python, exceptions, file handling, object-oriented programming, regular expressions, database access, and operating system related. And here Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas model, NumPy model, and Matplotlib model. So in brief about this Hadoop, PySpark, Python for advanced and Linux, we're discussing as part of this course. Yes, I'll be showing you on different environments how to run this within this Hadoop VM using this VMware, how to run on this Linux environment, how to run in Windows environment, how to run within this Jupyter notebook and Databricks notebook, right? So on multiple environments, how we can run these things, I'll be sure. So next Saturday, we'll be starting with the actual technical things. So next Saturday, the link is going to be changed. You are supposed to get enrolled for getting that link. So you'll be getting the session videos. You'll be getting the soft copy of the class notes. A WhatsApp group will be created for having a technical discussions, or if you get any errors, you can take snap and post that in the WhatsApp. I'll be responding. Interview questions. Yes. Any other queries you have got? So from next Saturday, we'll be going Saturday 2 hours, Sunday with 2 hours, Monday to Friday, you will be going with Python sessions, right? Yes. Yeah. Okay. We'll continue from next Saturday with the technical things. Yes. I'll be briefing you about the software in the next week. Yes. I'll be forwarding some 5 GB software to your Google Drives and download, and I'll just demonstrate how you can perform this. So I'm stopping for now. We'll continue next Saturday, more discussion. So yesterday and today, just their introductory sessions, right?